Should make a quick
I had to cut Chad out.
slash across the fish and so they could say Trey. But since there's only 3 of them, wasn't really worth.
Well, earlier I was like, oh man, we're gonna do Llama's Parking Spot. That doesn't have its own intro. The after shows we did one at one time, but I could
Yeah,
not
we did. I know, yeah. Didn't Llama's Parking Spot have its intro? Have an intro? You guys had an intro for that. He had to have had an intro. There had to have been an intro for that. It's not like you'd do a show without an intro. Come on.
We might have just gone live. That was early, dude. That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but that was also when we did intros for every single person that ever came on any show. We'd do like a whole thing for them, remember?
Right, yes, for the lot. Yes, we did.
And even live for a bit, like always.
People have been tuning in all night to hear about Trey, and we've talked about everything else. Welcome back, everyone.
There's a reason for that.
There is a reason for that. Oh, how'd that happen?
Hey, whoa.
Look at that. You got to move your camera like a half inch the one direction.
That was weird.
Oh, well, look at that. All right. And then we need to do so what everybody think of the show?
Mike seems to Ma Wilbur 42 seems to have really enjoyed it.
There you go.
I don't know. Wait. Then there's some dissent here. Weak show tonight, in my opinion. I wanted myself in the divided sky after that. Okay. Fire. Greg loved it. Ira Finkelstein 100. Okay. I know it's you. I can see the picture. I was just giving you shit that it says Mom Wilbur 42.
We know who it was.
Your best avatar and picking everything is over on volume, but you refuse to go over there. So you have to be Ma Wilbur over here, I guess.
What? So what's your 10,000 foot view on the whole thing tonight? Because you expressed some very real feelings before we came on.
I'm glad I stayed awake because there was a few moments where I thought I was definitely going to fall asleep and leave you hanging because I was like, man, I ate some leftover turkey. I was watching the Texas A&M game. I was watching some F1. I was like, Trey is boring the shit out of me. So I don't know, whatever.
All right, let's get into it. They opened up with a nice little nod there to what was that show? 28 Days. Remember the one?
Yeah.
So that was a nice little nod there in the beginning. I like that.
I was like how they did last time. Yeah. Stash. Okay, I will say I liked Stash. I thought Stash was fun, very comical sounding. It reminded me of like an animated cartoon music background, like you could have had animated things. So I enjoyed that. I thought that was a fun because we talked about them play so much Fish. And some of it works, some of it doesn't. And yes, it is nice sometimes to hear the different arrangements and different versions, but I like when it's like, I don't know, different. Like this was different. This was like really fun and a different kind of Stash and still stashy, but not. So I like this. That was fun. I thought.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah. I'm glad that Tanski was there. We got a lot of Tanski tonight. As we go through this, Stash, definitely 2 thumbs up from me. What's going through your mind? I'm so on the fence about that song. I want to like it. It's like it's Dylan-esque in its verbosity, I'm like, yes, I love lyrics. This is fun. It's got a story. You don't know what's going on, but about halfway through it, I'm like, I wish I had only had half the story.
Yeah. This is my whole thing. And yeah, it's exactly my screaming. Like my whole thing is like, I see Fish and I hear Fish songs and I like that. But then when I see somebody else like Trey, I want to hear Trey songs.
You want to hear Mozambique?
And maybe a Fish tune or 2 thrown in there. I don't need to hear, like we said before, 8 Momas on tour and then hear 7 Momas on Trey tour and be like, that's not, I don't know. Anyway, that's my biggest disdain. That and then just like some of the
I was a theater kid, right, in high school, and I appreciate the theater aspect of what he does with this. Some of it's very rehearsed. You aren't going to get those long improvisational pieces. They know we have 4 minutes. Everybody gets 38 seconds for their solo. You come in, you knock it out.
Sometimes though, I mean, there's songs that do jam and that they go out there with, and that he does things with in this. I mean, I wouldn't say that's necessarily it. It's more some of it just doesn't fit in with it, and I don't need to hear Moma with horns to make it any better or different, or 8
Well, how
times.
about monsters with strings?
Yeah, see, some things work though, like the Divided Sky we'll talk about in a minute. I like that. Like, I thought that was beautiful. Like, it sounded very cinematic and very like
Monsters was fantastic.
Gorgeous. Even what's going through your mind, but again, you're like, I hear this so much in Fish Tour, and then you're like, okay, yeah, it's great to have the other voices and stuff in it, but it just doesn't hit for me. Mozambique and Alive Again, yes, those are Trey songs.
He broke my heart.
Those are Trey songs. So like play them, play the shit out of them. They're fun. They're fun as hell. They're great songs. I like that part of Trey. But then he plays Moma.
Alive Again so bad. I wanted that. Then you got to remember, I wanted Monsters too. I think that song was the one that I was hoping didn't exist back then, existed now, that we get the string treatment in right out the box.
Right out the box.
And then we had Thank You for Coming to My Trey Talk.
I liked that you got the What's Going Through Your Mind and Monsters. And even in this show, Moma, and then we'll talk about it in the second set. But like, it's, I don't know, just, I don't know. Yeah. The Trey Talk was sweet. It was nice. It was emotional. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Like 5 years ago, getting to like have this dream of opening that thing and getting all the donations together and putting it together, and then it coming to happen and having people go through it and people in it right now. It's crazy. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It's awesome. And then the Divided Sky after it was perfect. Perfect.
Right. Shout out to everyone who threw their 8-ball money in for the month. You get this thing off the ground.
Hey, everybody, like, I thought it was kind of cool though. Like he said that everybody that, you know, donated last time or like watched or anything had a part in it. And that's kind of cool. Like, that's kind of just all about the community.
We did something with the, we did a Wook Plus donation, and we also did one with the thread.
Yeah.
If you remember the thread over on Twitter, I bet the thread still exists.
Of course, I'm sure it still exists. I wonder if anyone answers the thread though. If you sent something on the thread, or if it just echoes for eternity.
I muted most of the people and unfollowed some of them,
and so I don't think, that's why it'd be interesting to see who's still over there and who answers.
Right. It used to be that you could get Jen would respond and Skoy.
Skoy, yeah.
Remember Jen wears a mask or whatever.
Collar Jen.
Yes, Colorado Jen. Yes. We had her on.
All right. Anyway, back to the show. We're reminiscing, but see, that's what the whole thing with the 5 years ago. That was like Trey reminiscing. It was sweet. It was nice. It was cool to hear.
I think Divided Sky was the obvious one. Good job. I liked that Tanski got to sit out instead of, and Ray took a step back and let Tanski have his. I wonder what that conversation's like, dude. I'm going to use your keyboard for a couple of tunes tonight.
I know. I was wondering that too. It's got
personal space. It's such a personal space.
Even when they're both sitting there playing together, you know, and you got to like kind of bump it. And you're like, and that dude's like, hey man, it's mine. Like, get off my shit, yo.
My motherfucking Jibboo.
It's so funny. I thought the same thing, Kev. I was like, yeah, it's very. That's why, like, sometimes when they have two of them, like one's on one side of the band and the other one's like up on the corner in the other side of the band, they play. You know what I mean? So,
right. Piano players rarely play together, but I always figured that was because most places don't have two pianos.
Right.
Well, that can be an issue, and they're big.
Like when they face each other.
Right. Exactly. Do you know at one time New Orleans had more opera houses than anywhere else in the world? And you know what every opera house had? An upright piano. So when all the opera houses closed, all these people had all these cheap pianos. Thus, you had barrel house.
Imagine being a piano tuner back then in New Orleans, and you had fucking work.
Right. My stepfather's father raised 8 kids tuning pianos in Altoona, PA. I think we've had this conversation.
We have had that conversation before.
Anyway, everything's right. Good for you with strings. I'm glad that I'm not going to hear it tomorrow.
I get like why. Oh, okay. Anyway,
well, you know what? Everything's Right originally was a Trey tune. It
Yeah.
just got killed by if it had have never left Trey's orbit, like a Cayman Review or something, or an Alive Again, I think it would be held in more
I
higher
think what
esteem.
would be cool with it too is if it didn't have the na treatment on both sides of the aisle. Like if that was only a Trey thing, you know, because like what was it like Moma? I think they did like the beginning or
They
was
have
it
vocals, yeah, the horn sang vocals in the
right,
beginning
vocals,
that
and
aren't
so it
normally
kind of
there,
makes
yeah.
it a little bit different to
Mhm.
begin at least, so it's not the same old like mo, and so you're like, okay, there's a little bit of a change there that lives on this side of the aisle, that lives with Trey, and that's fine. Like I'll accept that, but like to have it, I don't know, it didn't really separate itself out, and you're like, okay, cool. So
Uh, I want Night Speaks tomorrow, man. That would be hot. If you're watching this over on YouTube, like, subscribe. Actually, head over to Volume because we got it going on Volume. You do realize that YouTube is owned by Google. And with that, tomorrow night Steve will be here with Amanda, who is probably the smartest person on this channel at this moment. So, you should stop by and enjoy that. Hopefully, I'll be back Sunday. I don't know. I might go on Trey tour, but it's only
I don't know. Who knows if Kev will
nights.
be back Sunday? Tune in and find out.
It's only 2 more nights.
It might be me and Amanda again, and maybe Llama.
Bring Llama back. So this Lost in the Pack song, I don't know anything about it. Anybody in the chat got any background on it? I'm assuming that it exists on one of the albums that Trey has put out over the years. It didn't do much for me. I was like, this is a little meh.
You didn't like the lyrics?
I didn't like the whole thing. I don't need Trey doing solo acoustic stuff. Just plug in. Or if you're going to do an acoustic thing, not solo, you have strings there. He should have had the strings come out and done a little or something, you know?
Yeah. It was a slow way to start the next set. Like we always talk about openers and like coming in and stuff. So it was very, I don't know, Trey's doing Trey. So and then Blazed On. I was like, oh God, really? Oh God.
No, I think there was a real good run here with the 3 songs that were just the band, Blaze On, Spin, Real You. I really think that probably was the highlight for me of the whole evening, and especially the Blaze On was, I mean, the only 20-minute song Trey Band has played all tour was a Blaze On the other night. So it's obviously the one that, like you're saying, he leans into and lets everybody have as much space as they may need.
That's what was cool about this one, was it actually got out there. Like when the horns took their like time and like played and got their solos, I was like, oh sweet. Like you're doing a proper jam on the song that like you to own it in this space, do this. So like that was cool. Like yeah, I definitely appreciated that for sure.
Spin is an MVP. It's gotten this Floydy jam at the end that sounds like maybe a cross between Careful with That Axe and maybe a really slowed down About to Run even, but really neat jam that they got out of it. I'm glad that one is getting some love there.
Yeah. I like, again, the Trey songs are fine with me. Like that's great. Hood was cool. It was like it had a Divided Sky.
You're going to jump right over Real You, aren't you?
I did. Because
dude, I tell you what, I will guarantee you, I'll bet you $5 right now that when January 1st, when you and I are sitting here together talking, the gag that we are talking about will involve the Real You.
Okay. Why do you think that?
That's why they changed. Remember earlier we heard about how they changed the whole gag, and he just wrote this. He's played it 4 times. He hasn't played any of the other songs that he debuted, the other 2 that many. Dude, it's got a little island groove kind of thing to it. I mean, it isn't hot tea or whatever.
Real you in Mexico this year will be big. There you go. I agree with that.
Buttered rum.
Yep. See, Ma Wilbur 42 says he'll take you on that.
I'm only betting you.
$5.
You have to be in the room right now if we're doing that. Anyway, Hood was fun. The horns came in toward the end part. It was nice that the two sections got to breathe with the Tanski and the strings, and then they brought the horns in, and then the full band.
But even Hood had a moment of like, I want it to be better. You know, like I was like, I want it to be even more beautiful than it is right now. Like it's so what you want it to be in there, in that space, in that small auditorium with like strings and horns and that perfect song.
Right.
But it's not, because it's not Fish doing it. So it's just, it lacks that magic that really, even when you're putting in this other pixie dust into it, it's not the same. It's just not, it doesn't get me in there.
It didn't work for you.
Doesn't.
Interesting. Worked for me. Then they let the strings go grab a drink and lube each other up or whatever.
Jibboo, that was the other one. Like getting Moma and a Jibboo, it's just like a fish. Like it was just too fishy for. I was like, oh man.
God, a Jibboo is in the DNA of Trey Anastasio band.
Yes,
that and Sand are the DNA of that band. You know.
Yes.
You're getting that. That's what you're getting. We mentioned to my friend earlier. Like I said, I think Trey sees this. I'm wondering if we get a bust out tomorrow, a Fish song that he's never played, and because he wants to do with the strings.
Yeah. It's what this felt like, because it was a weird, like, I don't know.
Either that or I'm getting a petrichor.
There you go. I was a little sad to hear this, because I know you made me feel better afterwards saying that he wanted to play it with the arrangements and stuff. And that I can understand. If there's certain songs that he hasn't done or doesn't get to do very often with the arrangements, then yes, I understand wanting to do that. But hearing this, I don't know, I was like, you know, like
the outro jam.
Let down.
Right, we've gotten used to 12 minutes tacked on the end of it, of feedback and dissonance and
evil and like getting somewhere and going, especially on the turn, and then getting into the song and getting a little nutty and crazy, and the lights going crazy, and you're like, oh fuck, you know. And so yeah, it was like too light. Again, what I told you at intermission when we were on the members hang, it just sometimes it feels like a cover band doing Fish with the lead singer of Fish, and it's just weird. Like I just you're like, oh,
it's called Tap. Trey Anastasio is almost Fish.
Exactly.
Tap.
And then we get What's the Use, which I know you
wanted that, man. I was like, man, dude, of all the tunes, you gotta bust that one out. It's perfect with the strings. It's just it belongs there. It should live there. I mean, I'll take it when Fish does it any day of the week, because I want instrumentals. And I like the brooding slowness of it, but it just really took it another level. Maybe I get Pebbles and Marbles tomorrow. That would be a cool song with Tanski and the strings.
Yeah, that would be cool. See, something like that. Yes, that would be cool. Right? Like that, yes, that makes sense. And that would be fun with like the strings.
Sign me up.
Yes, I would like to hear that. I would like to hear that arrangement of that. Yes, you are correct.
And they might do that at one of these 2 nights. I think that they did it over the Beacon Run one of the nights.
Yeah.
It might have been Tanski and just Trey, and then the strings came on towards the end. I'll have to go back and look through it. Yeah.
Mr. Eternal. Yes, we will talk about this. I thought the same thing. Especially because his vocals were so bad too. Whatever the fuck was going on with that didn't add to anything. But before we get to that, First tube.
Man, I thought it was Sand. I was like, yes, I dodged a bullet.
See, now look at this, though. If you got this in a second set of a Fish show, you'd be like, Jibboo, my friend, what's the use? First tube to close. You'd be like, that was fucking ripping. Like, they tore through that.
Way to close the show, right. Great.
They had that 18-minute, my friend, where like fucking Paige and Mike went nuts, and what's the use came out of that jam, which was beautiful. We'd be talking about how sick that was. This, you're like, why are you fishing my tab, man?
All right, where's my tab songs? Right.
So, but I do love his first tube. I do love that he's choreographed himself to doing the Trey dance, leg lift, high kick out in front of everybody every time.
Divided Sky too, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what it is.
Tube guitar in tandem with the ritual dance is some of the powerful whole run. Exactly. Like that's, I mean, I appreciate the dance and then he goes out there and does his whole little thing in the middle of it and does his, it all. It's cool.
Well, the poster too.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Is what it looked like. So
I don't know. I mean, that's a Trey song. So I have, no problem with him doing it. But again, you get it so much. So I think like you said, play last tube, open with first tube, play last tube.
I think last tube has been kicking around this tour though. So
you might get it. Maybe you'll get it.
Might get that.
And then your favorite first encore song, Life Beyond the Dream, which I know you're upset you probably aren't getting tomorrow night. I'm sorry.
You know what? If you're going to do Life Beyond a Dream, do it with strings in a tiny venue like this.
Yeah. And then follow it up with, I mean, you look at it and you'd be like, oh, triple encore, Life Beyond the Dream. You got Trey song out of the way. Lizards, Rock,
that is a fish encore. That is definitely a fish encore.
The problem was the Lizards. So the vocals in the Lizards, whatever was going on with his mic for the first quarter of the song was not great. And then everything, it just, I don't know. It didn't really.
Tiny fish. What are you talking about?
Didn't hit.
You want to add some tiny? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking. I'm wearing my other glasses because I can't see with these unless I'm looking at the computer screen.
Lizards was a little off. It was a little off.
Listen, why? Like I said, I think that he has a floor plate or something to kick on the mic, and maybe there was an issue with that because he was singing as far away as he normally was. It just wasn't picking up.
And at first, I was like, "Oh man, did he fuck up his voice already? Like first night?" And fuck, but it wasn't, because then it came on, and you're like, "Oh, it was just some kind of weird thing." But the whole song never got there, even when it did like the stop, the breakdown move, and then back into it. Just never.
It wasn't like seeing Fish on the lawn somewhere in the summer doing the outro, right?
So I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, and then Carini about everything tonight.
Carini. It's just getting. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Carini has been relegated now. It's an encore. It's a set closer. It no longer is your second song in that has the possibility to go 20 minutes deep,
Yeah.
And it feels like wasted space to me that you're going to choose to do a Ruby Waves for 20 minutes instead.
I feel like it's another one of those that it's very hard to do Evil Fish in Trey because he has the horns and he has like this whole like vibe going, that's like the
Zero's there.
Right. And you're like doing a conga line, you know what I mean? In some of the songs like dancing instead of like, and Carini and like my friend are these like evil, let's get nasty, like darker side of Fish, especially in the jams and stuff. And it's it's like Calypso Carini. I don't know. It's weird to me. So
what is our over under on people saying you guys complain too much in the comments on YouTube?
Hey, that's what we're here for. You know what? It's not all sunshine and rainbows, people.
Right. I enjoyed it, but I also went into the whole show as you're not getting a Fish show. You're not getting the improvisation and the long jam.
Bill 5289, it's all too clean, no dirt. Exactly. It's like a G-rated Carini. And who wants a G-rated Carini, man? I want NC-17. I want fucking blood and guts and nudity, and let's do this.
So tomorrow we'll see what happens. I'm going to be gone bright and early. You're all set up.
I think you did bring up a good point though, Kev. I think in the venue, it's probably a whole lot of fun and the energy is probably off the charts and it's a blast live. I don't think Trey comes through as well on the live streams, like because you lose something.
Why he doesn't do them.
It's great to listen to. Like I said, like I was cooking and stuff, and it was fun for that because like some of the song, like in the first set, like Alive Again, like they're good. You know, it's just the in betweens, and there's just too many in between songs for me, and it to really get into the flow and a groove, really like listening to it on the stream or watching the stream. But I feel like if you're there, it's a totally different experience, and it probably rips, and it's so much fun, and the horns are great live because horns are awesome live no matter what. So I'm sure that's cool. And hearing the strings live has to be really cool in the venue. So sure, I mean, yes, we sit here and complain and bitch, but you know, it's just an opinion. You know, we saw the show. We're gonna have awesome time tomorrow night. I can't wait to hear about your experience and hanging out with Tim and seeing Mr. Bungle and Jen, and have a blast, man. Have the best time.
And anybody who's there, hit me up. I'll be on Blue Sky. The best way to get a hold of me is go to Blue Sky.
Go to Blue Sky, hit him up, DM him. He'll answer you back on that. Don't try and call him or message him. And run into him at the show. He's got stickers.
Yeah, I'll have stickers. All right. I'll see you Sunday.
Seeing you guys. Have a good night. Take care, Ma Wilbur 42 and Greg and
like, comment, subscribe.
And Bill of 5289 and all you guys. Thanks, guys. Hit it, Kev.
What's up, dog?
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.